Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot and the Pick a Card reading. Who is your next lover? We're going to be looking at who the person is, how they're coming into your life, and when they're coming into your life. So take a moment to sit back and relax, take a deep breath, and allow your gaze to go to the pile in front of you that calls to you the most. We have the pile 1 with the lapis heart, pile 2 with the red jasper heart, and pile 3 with the citrine heart. And I will be right back with pile number 1. All right, welcome to pile number 1 with the lapis heart. We're going to jump right into the pick a card. Who's your next lover? And we're going to start off with who is this person? And let's take a look at their animal spirit. We have the moth, air animal spirit. So it could be air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We also have more air, 6 of swords. And the Ace of Swords, a lot of air there. Definitely some of you dealing with someone who has strong air energy in their chart. Now let's go on and take a look at how are they going to be coming in with excitement and the spirits of the scales, spirits of the skulls. I'm going to be pulling more cards for sure. And when is this timing going to happen? In the near future. Wow. And we have Taurus energy. Beautiful. Well, Taurus season is coming up, and we're going to go a lot deeper with all of these cards. But first of all, let's take a look at this person's animal spirit, moth animal spirit. So this is air animal spirit. This is someone who is very excitable. They love beautiful things. They often get caught up in some dangerous scenarios, though, right? Because the moth oftentimes is distracted with anything that is glittery or beautiful or gold or shiny. Just like we talk about a moth to the flame, there's a reason for that, you know? And so this is somebody who this person is someone who's generally easily led, I would say, likes beautiful things, and can often find themselves in some really tricky situations because of it. Let me pull a card for that moth. Yeah, Page of Wands. Interesting. Most recently, this person has been through a scenario where they may have had to walk away. I'm going to go deeper into that in a moment. Let's take a look at this swords energy. 6 of swords and Ace of swords. Definitely they've traveled or left a difficult situation. You know, 6 of swords is, turning your back on a lot of strife and struggle and arguments. And an Ace of swords coming in for this person, a whole new sort of way of living, a whole new way of conducting themselves, a whole new outlook on life, along with that beautiful Page of Wands energy, which is, overcoming fear. So I strongly feel like, this person who's coming into your life, this next lover, is someone who really had to, very recently, I'm going to say, may have had to get away from a difficult relationship, a turbulent relationship. And one of the reasons why they were even in that relationship in the first place is because of that moth energy that they resonate with. This person may have gotten involved with the wrong person, the wrong crowd, even the wrong, social environment, people, places, and things. And it really turned around to bite them, and they've had to completely, some of you are dealing with somebody who's had to completely move. They may have moved from another town, moved from another city, right? They're starting brand new. They're coming out of this energy, though. I think they've learned a lesson. Page of Wands is very much like, the first step of overcoming fear and learning some of your lessons from difficult situations, right? Like realizing, hey, you know what? Maybe it's a little scary to be off on my own, but it's better than sort of gravitating to dangerous situations, dangerous people. I feel like your person's really learned a lesson, and they're coming into your life very solitary. What other energies do we have? Justice, wow, and 5 of swords. So for some of you, this person absolutely recently may have been divorced or separated. Justice has come in. Balance has come in. There's that 5 of swords, right? Preceding the 6 of swords. So you can see all of the arguing and fighting and battling that this person has been involved with. And yeah, there's some justice that's come in. So for some of you, this person has absolutely perhaps left a relationship as a result of a court case, as a result of a mediation. I am going to pull the first of the extended reading cards. We're going to pull the archetype card for this individual and have that ready for the extended. If you want to join me for the extended, just follow the link that's going to be below at the top of the description. And I'll have an extended for the pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So we have the wild archetype card for this individual. They are definitely somebody who's had to change their whole life. You know, absolutely, for some of you, this person definitely just went through a divorce. And a divorce from a really difficult situation. A divorce, you know, a divorce and an ending has happened for a chapter in their life that has been truly hard for them. So let's talk about how the two of you come together. We have excitement here. So there's a level of excitement, right? Mercury and Gemini. It feels to me very much, again, more air energy, very social. It'll be, some of you may have friends that know this person, and you know, you two share mutual friends, and they are playing sort of matchmaker. I feel matchmaker energy here. I feel just running into them, maybe socially. We do have Spirit of the Scales and Spirit of the Skulls. So again, balance, karma, justice. Yeah, coming in. But Spirit of Skulls, depression and melancholy. It almost feels to me like you and this individual both share a level of melancholy. For them, clearly, it's the melancholy of having left the situation, maybe, you know, now having a divorce, you know, behind them, or a separation behind them. Whatever this move was, it was from a difficult situation. Let me pull a few more cards for the connection here and the extended reading. 2 for that. Yeah, so it really feels to me like some of you, and I'm going to pull one for this reading, the Wheel of Fortune. Lovely. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of happy accidents, you know, bumping into each other. Again, there's a real feeling of serendipity, like last minute, you know, last minute decisions, get-togethers, arrangements. Again, the wheel, like luck is coming in, bringing the two of you together in a very strong way. I'm going to pull also for the extended reading, we're going to pull another love connection to see what energy really helps to bring the two of you together. So we have one for that as well. So yeah, it's definitely a matter of timing, fated timing, divine timing coming in. Everything about how the two of you get together feels exciting. Again, for some of you, it's going to be something like a blind date hookup, or a friend that puts the two of you together in a matchmaker scenario. You have a lot that you share in common, I feel here. And that's all very much going to come out. What is the timing here? For some of you, this may be when you meet the individual over the next couple weeks or couple months, but you may have also already met this individual, and the leveling up to lover status happens over the next few months. I am going to pull, let me get a couple more cards for this as well for the extended. I'd like to pull some more astrological energies to talk about how. We'll pull 2 more for those. And let me get one more here. Yes, Emperor energy. That's quite interesting. Again, Emperor is all about manifesting, you know, dreams and enterprise, business, building things, building security, seeing your goal and making sure that it happens. Divine masculine energy. Emperor is also associated with Aries and associated with new beginnings. So somewhere around the next few months, if there's a new project that's starting, a new sort of, I don't know, activity, event, what have you, that is also going to be around the space where you run into your individual. I love this. I love all about this. We are going to pull one more card for the extended to be your support energy. That's going to help you with this meeting. So here we have the extended cards for that reading. I love this. This is a really nice reading for a new lover who's coming into your life. They do have a little bit of baggage, but that baggage is finished and done. And I do feel like for some of you, there's absolutely a mutual friend that is going to be helping to grease the wheels here, or that is certainly trying to play matchmaker. So let's pull out the Zodiac runes. Some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius. Some of you, I always pull Zodiac runes at the end of all my readings. Some of you are dealing with a Gemini. Okay. And some of you are dealing with the Cancer. Yeah, that Gemini showed up for the Mercury in Gemini. So yes, lovely energy. Sagittarius, Gemini, and Cancer. So some of you are definitely dealing with those star signs. This person may resonate with that. Again, this person has a lot of air energy, heavy air energy. They're going to be a great communicator. They're going to be someone you love talking with. And again, you know, the two of you coming together is going to be an exciting thing. Like, it's, you know, you're going to know right away, oh, there's something happening here, and it's going to be quite lovely. All right, guys, we have the cards ready for the extended. So if you'd like to join me for that, you can just go right ahead down to the link below. But for right now, I'm just going to say this is the end of pile number 1. I will join you all for the extended right now. And if not, I will be right back with pile number 2. Welcome to pile number 2 for the pick a card, your next lover, who, when, and how. And we're going to start off this pile with their animal spirit, the octopus, water animal spirit. We also have High Priestess and the Hierophant, 2 major arcana. So how are they going to come into your life? We have enthusiasm, spirit of darkness and light. We have spirit of connection and spirit of the water. So more water along with this major arcana. There's a lot going on. We're going to go deeper. And what's the timing? Within the next few weeks. Wow. And Scorpio energy. So we're going to get deeper into that as well. Let's just start right off with this person's animal spirit. Your next lover, octopus animal spirit. So this is someone who really gets connected with a lot of different scenarios and situations, you know. This is a water animal spirit, but oftentimes people who resonate with this energy, they get themselves caught up in a lot of scenarios that are very messy. They get connected maybe into, you know, business situations, relationships that really have nothing to do with them. They can also get drawn in to love triangles, you know, things like that, you know, scenarios where boundaries are a little bit hazy. You know, these are the type of people who end up suddenly, you know, being involved with friends or being involved with people that they shouldn't really be involved with, you know, their boss, things like that. You know, octopus is the animal spirit for somebody who is quite a bit messy at times, right? But we're going to go deeper and see what's going on with them. Nevertheless, they have High Priestess and Hierophant. It almost feels to me like they have realized this. Hierophant is the teacher, and High Priestess is the keeper of secrets, you know, the keeper of wisdom and knowledge, sacred knowledge. It almost seems as though your person is the type of person who probably recently may have come to the realization that some of the relationships they're in may have been too messy. Hierophant energy seems to suggest, and I feel here almost as if they've had a teacher or a guide come in and sort of help them out of some of these messy scenarios. I'm so curious. We're going to go deeper to see how this applies to you, as in them being your next lover. But let's see some more about that octopus. Knight of Swords. There it is. Yeah, there's someone in their life that they really, really trust who currently is showing them how to cut away some of these connections that are really no good for them. Hermit energy and 8 of Pentacles. So there you have it. This person who is going to be coming into your life very soon, if we look ahead at the timing, is someone who right now they're quite alone. They've recently, and this is similar to pile number 1 actually, they've recently really thrown themselves into their work. They're very solitary. I think they've been burned. They've been burned by a lot of relationships that they've been involved with. A lot of times the octopus gets involved because, they can feel so deeply for someone else. They're highly sentimental. They're very sensitive. And it's oftentimes through no fault of their own that they get into messy situations. They almost just find themselves in those situations. But recently now they're like, nope, I'm putting my head down. I'm working. I'm keeping to myself. The hermit is there. Hermit also is another teacher energy, but more to do with a lot of introspection and self-reflection. This Knight of Swords, I feel like, is definitely someone in their lives that have helped them to sort of cut ties with people, places and things that have really been holding them back. So this person, I'm not entirely sure that they're immediately open to a relationship. I feel like they're kind of licking their wounds. They're kind of really, there's an energy here of, obstinately wanting to be alone because they already know that they can fall, easily into connections or relationships or scenarios that ultimately, drain them. They end up being sort of the one who pays the most, the one whose energy is depleted. And so they're going through a real sort of change, right? I'm going to say they're really changing their outlook on how close they want to be with people, how close they're willing to get with people. This person may be a hard nut to crack in terms of a relationship. They've definitely taken some time off for themselves. Now, how do you guys, before we do that, let me go ahead and pull out for the extended reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull out their archetype so we can go deeper into this person. That's going to be their archetype for the extended. Now, let's take a look at how the two of you come together. There's a level of enthusiasm here, Sun in Sagittarius. So that's quite interesting. There's a sense of sharing. The enthusiasm, I feel like, comes from a meeting of the minds. The two of you, certainly, there's no feeling here that you will naturally come together for the sake of romance. Again, this person is very much kind of not looking for a relationship, right? They've just gone through a period of pulling themselves out of a messy situation, trying to keep themselves to themselves. There's almost a feeling here of them not trusting themselves around people necessarily because they do tend to then get involved. And before you know it, they're exhausted. Before you know it, they're the bad guy in whatever the scenario is. And so, yeah, they're taking really strong time off to be on their own and to purposely not get involved. And yet you have this enthusiasm here, along with this strong work ethic. I think the two of you are very much simpatical souls when it comes to a particular career, work, art that you may share, a job that you may share. Spirit of connections and spirit of water. Yeah, there's a fatedness here, a connectedness here. Again, it's going to come through the two of you engaging on a very business level, comrade, colleague, friendship, maybe even level, but not immediately on a love level, right? Because as I say, their attitude right now towards love is like, no way. Nevertheless, you can't, love is there, love is there. And there's a fatedness to this. It's almost as if the universe is going to will this to happen because it's meant to happen. Spirit of the waters is cleansing and healing emotions. This person does have to go through a period of healing before they are like true healing, before they're going to be open and ready for a love connection. Again, yeah, you're dealing with somebody who is trying to sort of regain their reservoir of energy after all of this that they've been through. They definitely have people in their corner who are guiding them, who are supporting them, letting them know, hey, take time out for yourself, octopus. Don't always get involved. Yeah, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, a lot of air energy here. Some of you definitely dealing with air sign. King of Swords is all about boundaries, right? The king, a lot of boundaries, a lot of rules, regulations, demands honesty, forthrightness, very much all about the intellect. What is logical? What is the right thing to do? And so, yeah, this connection with this person is going to, from the very beginning, there's going to be boundaries in place. There's going to be a sort of a real pushback, I want to say, or a real sort of wanting to keep everything, on a mental level, like just, oh yeah, we communicate, we exchange ideas, we work well together, but there it stops, right? Anything sensitive or emotional, or even, dare I say, physical, is being sort of blocked right now. But nevertheless, I think the time that you spend together is going to is going to eventually lead to a healthy, let us hope, a healthy connection, a lover connection. Again, spirit of the waters, a lot of cleansing. Nevertheless, this is a fated meeting. So let me go ahead and pull a couple more cards for how the two of you connect, and we'll take a look at those in the extended. As well, I'd like to take another card for the actual attraction here, like how do you two communicate, or what is going to be the first step in the romantic connection here. So that'll be for the extended. Let's take a look at the timing. Next few weeks and Scorpio season. Wow. So for some of you, may indeed be over the next few weeks. From the time that you come to this timeless pick a card reading. And for some of you, Scorpio, it may be Scorpio season, and maybe when moon is in Scorpio over the next year. Scorpio season is November. So for some of you, it's going to be quite a few months. But there's a feeling here that it's going to take that long for the two of you to sort of resonate on a lover level. I feel strongly like for some of you, the meeting may happen in the next few weeks, but it won't be until around Scorpio season, November, that connection you have with them levels up to a lover's connection. And I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple more cards for the timing so we can look at that and the extended. Definitely, this is going to be a slow burn. All right. It's going to take a while. You're going to meet this person, and yet it's going to take a while for them to actually open up. I dare say it's going to take a while for you to realize that this is your next lover too. Right? We'll pull these two for the extended. Yeah, there's a feeling here that almost the meeting, the coming together, the meeting, the being friends, that's the fated connection. Over the next few months, there's going to be a lot of healing that happens specifically for this person through their friendship with you, through working with you, through their connection with you. And as that develops, the love will come in. This is a really exciting connection, but it's very unconventional, and it's not going to be very obvious. It's not one of these, wow, I ran into my next lover. Like, you may not even realize that this is the person you're interested in. They are interested in you. It's almost the two of you will kind of find out as the time goes on. In a minute, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the oracles, the Zodiac runes for who you might be dealing with in terms of a zodiac sign. But I just want to pull this last oracle card for the extended, and that will be the pile for the extended reading for pile number 2. Let's go ahead and pull out your zodiac runes. Some of you are going to be dealing with a Sagittarius. Sagittarius coming up a lot lately. Some of you are going to be dealing with a Leo. Another fire sign. And some of you are going to be dealing with a Capricorn. Yeah, I'm going to try and link any of the love readings I have for those recently to this video. And that will be it. Yeah, this is a reading pile 2 for someone who's going to be meeting their next lover, but it's going to be someone you least expect. The two of you are not going to be meeting under the terms of a love connection right away. The love will come later. It's going to start very much as a friendship, as a working relationship for some of you, and there's a lot of healing that has to happen specifically on your person's end. But the healing will come. There is an enthusiasm there, but the enthusiasm definitely starts on a friendship level before it develops into love. So if you resonated with this, go ahead and sound off below, like, subscribe, and share. You can also get a personal reading. All that information is in the description. If you want to join me for the extended reading, which I'll be going over to right now, you can just click the link for pile 2, the extended reading. Otherwise, I will say this is the end of pile number 2, and I will be right back with pile number 3. All right, welcome to pile number 3 for the pick a card, your next lover, who, when, and how. We're going to start right off taking a look at their animal spirit, the phoenix rising from the ashes, beautiful, strong animal spirit. The star, associated with Aquarius, and the Knight of Pentacles. Of course, we're going to go much deeper with more cards. And how do they come into you? What's the nature of your connection? Discovery, along with Spirit of Time and Spirit of the Moon. Interesting energy. And what's your timing? Perfect timing. Wow. All right. And Libra energy. So that could be Libra season in October. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Phoenix. Wow. Associated with the first chakra. This is an ether animal spirit. So not air, water, fire, or earth, but ether. Primordial essence. The phoenix is associated with rebirth, right? Reinventing yourself, letting go of the past. Starting a whole new chapter in your life, or a whole new stage in your life, where everything up until that point you've dealt with, you've healed from, you've done whatever shadow work you needed to do, you've let go of any burdens or anything that was holding you back, and you're fully ready to sort of start as this whole new version of yourself. A higher resonating version of yourself. Excuse me. The star and Knight of Pentacles energy. Well, the star is associated with Aquarius, and the star is associated with the continued effort that you have to put in to reach your dreams. You know, reaching a dream, a lifelong dream, takes time, it takes effort, and it takes being connected to your higher self and, you know, your true goal at all times, like constantly working towards it. It requires you in all areas of your life to take action and make decisions that are ultimately towards this goal of yours. Knight of Pentacles is a beautiful energy to go with the star, because the Knight of Pentacles is devoted, determined, right? Committed, like the most committed knight in the deck. Oftentimes the Knight of Pentacles can take some time for him to reach his goal or reach his destination, but he won't stop until he reaches it. So altogether, you have someone here, your next lover, if you resonate with this, who is a very determined individual, very idealistic. They have very, very specific ideas of what they want, what their goals in life are. And right now, they're at a stage in their life where they're fully ready to embrace a whole new chapter. Right? A whole new chapter and a whole new version of the dream, or of their wish, right? So let's go a little bit deeper. 6 of Cups, interesting. That could be an old friend, an old lover. Oh, wow. Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups. Well, some of you, this person is reinvented themselves, but you know them from your past. So your next lover could be an old friend, a long-time friend, a childhood connection. I don't necessarily feel previous lover energy. This feels like a friendship, a long-term friendship that's completely being reinvented into a possible love connection. This person is the same person, but they're different. Something about them is very, very different to the way you knew them before. You have Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. Wow. they desire this connection. They are going to be the ones who definitely instigate. They are going to be the ones that court you. They're going to be making it very clear that they're interested in you. Queen of Cups energy, it's interesting because it feels to me like for a long time you may have been a Queen of Cups to them. You may have been that friend that they were able to share so much with. The Queen is able to really help people heal. She knows her feelings, her emotions. She understands emotions. She understands empathy. She has great empathy. And she's just very close to the High Priestess in that way. She's able to provide a certain amount of emotional nurturing and support for people that really helps them heal. And it almost seems to me that you have served that Queen of Cups sort of role for this person in the past, but now things are completely changing. They absolutely have a desire to get close to you. So let's go ahead. For the extended reading, I'm going to pull out the archetype for this person so we can go a little bit deeper into like the character of who this person is. We'll leave that right there for the extended reading. But let's go ahead and jump into how the two of you come together, a discovery. So Mercury and Sagittarius. Sagittarius has been all over all three piles in this reading, a discovery. And it feels almost like a discovery in this friendship that the two of you have. There's something that is unfolding here that never unfolded before. There is something here between the two of you that has elevated up to the level of lover romance where it was never there before. And it feels like a whole new discovery. It feels like the two of you are discovering each other in a very new way. This is the energy here. Spirit of time and spirit of the moon. So spirit of time, endless waiting. You may have been waiting for this person to come around. You may have already been in love with this person for a long time. But again, the nature of your relationship sort of, it just wasn't time yet. It just wasn't right. The two of you weren't connecting on that level. And yet here it comes in. Spirit of the moon, cycles, visions, dreams. This indeed may be a dream that you've had for a very long time. You may have a lot of prophetic energy around you right now. You may be dreaming about things or getting intuitional information coming in, or urges, or inklings that talk about this. You may be connecting on a deeper level. Also to do with the fact that for some of you, this is something that you have indeed desired for a long time. And now that the energies are starting to come to fruition, it does feel very much like you've had almost a clairvoyant vision of this already happening, because you've already imagined this in your mind, right? Knight of Wands, another knight, more action. This is real actionary. Whatever was happening before, even if you were fantasizing or thinking or imagining being with this person, or maybe if you weren't, right? Everything is happening very quickly. This eye-opening, this discovery is happening oh so quickly, because Knight of Wands is all about action, bombast, coming right in like a fire, being very excited, exuberant, passionate about things, acting on impulse, acting on sort of his emotions in a large way, right? Being very fiery. It almost will feel, for some of you, it'll be like the two of you are just suddenly in this space where you both are suddenly attracted to each other, where that may not have been there before. Again, a strong feeling of long-term friends, childhood friends. You may have even grown up with this person. There may have even been a distance here with this person at times in your life, but yet the affection was always there. And now that something has changed so much in them, about their lives, about who they are. Something shifted for this person, and there's an awakening, a discovery coming into their lives that is all about you. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull the two cards for the extended reading to see a little bit more what this connection is. And then I'm going to pull another card for the attraction here. You know, what is the nature of the attraction or the communication that's going to lead to this love? And let's move on to the timing. Well, there's perfect timing at play. This is interesting because it's like one of those energies that kind of is like hurry up and wait, right? Perfect timing means that you have to let things unfold as they are unfolding. This has been something that divine timing has been working on for a very long while, especially for those of you who know this person, grew up with this person, been friends with them for a long time. So the timing is that it just will happen as it happens. But you will definitely get inklings of it because there's going to be huge shifts in the way the two of you act, feel, behave around each other. You're going to know it. You're going to know the beginning of this when it happens. And for some of you, it's going to happen in Libra season. So that'll be quite a few months away. Libra season is in October, right? Can also be the next time Moon is in Libra, right? Next time we have a planetary transition into Libra. But I would definitely say for some of you, this is going to be happening very fast. Definitely within the next few months. Let's pull some extra timing energy for the extended so we can see a little bit more about the timing here and what kind of energy is surrounding it. So at least when that energy comes in, you know, oh, now it's happening, right? And I'm going to go ahead and pull your support oracle card also for that extended reading. And so that will be the pile for the extended. This is an intense read. Definitely an old friend, old lover, someone you're already very close to, someone you already have a lot of affection for. It's taken a long time, but this discovery of how you really feel about each other, or this awakening to each other, is going to be massive. Sagittarius. All right. So Sagittarius came up for all three piles. If you resonate with this one, you can watch one of the other piles. If you did not resonate with this one and you feel like maybe one of the other piles was more connected to you, Aquarius has come in. So some of you dealing with a Sag, some of you dealing with an Aquarius. Strong energy, fire, air, and more air. Some of you dealing with a Gemini. Wow. Okay, so I probably will go ahead and link whatever love readings are the most recent for those signs that I've done. If I haven't done a Sagittarius recently, I may just do a Sagittarius love reading and upload that for you guys tomorrow. But for right now, I am going to say thank you so much for joining me for pile number 3. This was a really lovely reading for someone who is about to be connected with an old friend in a whole new way. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the extended. If you want to join me for the extended reading for pile number 3, all you have to do is go down in the description below and go to that link. And other than that, I want to say thank you so much. You can like, subscribe, share to my channel. If you want to get a private reading, there should be some information scrolling along the bottom for you and some more in the description. But for right now, I'm just going to say thank you so much for allowing me to give you this reading for the pick a card, your next lover, who, when, and how. And maybe I'll join some of you over onto the extended. Bye for now.